It's the CaliGriot. I haven't been to sleep yet. Checking out the news. This just came out like about an hour ago. I like the way this guy, Rand Paul, he deals with Dr. Fauci, because he's dealing with controlled opposition. That's what he's really talking about. The way that Fauci has been controlling his opposition. And remember I told you the messenger would do anything to keep his spot. He'll go to any length.
The people who chose that position. But when the planner is a government official, like yourself, who rules by mandate, the errors are compounded and become much more harmful. A planner who believes he is the science leads to an arrogance that justifies, in his mind, using government resources to smear and to destroy the reputations of other scientists who disagree with him. In an email exchange with Dr. Collins, you conspire, and I quote here directly from the email, to create a quick and devastating published takedown of 3 prominent epidemiologists from Harvard, Oxford, and Stanford. Apparently there's a lot of fringe epidemiologists at Harvard, Oxford, and Stanford. And you quote in the email that they, or from Dr. Collins, and you agree that they are fringe. And immediately there's this takedown effort. A published takedown, though, doesn't exactly conjure up the image of a dispassionate scientist. Instead of engaging them on the merits, you and Dr. Collins sought to smear them as fringe and take them down. And not in journals, in lay press. This is not only antithetical to the scientific method, it's the epitome of cheap politics, and it's reprehensible, Dr. Fauci. Do you really think it's appropriate to use your $420,000 salary to attack scientists that disagree with you?
The email you're referring to was an email of Dr. Collins to me. If you look at the email
that you responded to and hurried up and said, I can do it. We got something in Wired magazine.
No. I think in usual fashion, Senator, you are distorting everything about me.
Did you ever object to Dr. Collins' characterization of them as fringe? Did you write back to Dr. Collins and say, no, they're not fringe, they're esteemed scientists, and it would be beneath me
I did not
do that? You responded to him that you would do it. And you immediately got an article in Wired and you sent it back to him and said, hey, look, I've got him. I nailed him in Wired of all scientific publications.
That's not what went on. There you go.
That was pretty good, huh, you guys? Really good. It's the CaliGriot. That's the kind of stuff I like to see. I really do. I like to see that kind of stuff, that back and forth, that real debate, I like that debate. So that was off of Forbes today. That was off of Forbes. That was something else. That was pretty good. That was really pretty good. So yeah, that was off of Forbes. Let's see what else they're saying. Let's see. Okay, hold on.
Well, no, you deny, but the emails tell the truth of this.
No.
This wasn't the only time. Your desire to take down those who disagree with you didn't stop with Harvard, Oxford, and Stanford. You conspired with Peter Daszak, who you communicated with privately, and other members of the scientific community that wrote opinion pieces for Nature. 5 of them signed a paper for Nature, an opinion piece. 17 signed a paper that called it conspiracy theory. The idea that the virus could have originated in the lab. Do you think words like conspiracy theory should be in a scientific paper?
Senator, I never used that word when I was referring to it. You're distorting virtually everything.
Did you communicate with the 5 scientists who wrote the opinion piece in Nature where they were describing, there's no way this could have come from the lab?
That was not me.
Did you talk with any of those scientists privately?
You keep distorting the truth. It is stunning how you do that.
Did you talk to any of the scientists privately?
Yes.
Who wrote the opinion? You did.
Well,
what were they telling you privately?
Well, let me explain. You're going back to that original discussion when I brought together a group of people to look at every possibility with an open mind. So not only are you distorting it, You were completely turning it around, as
Were
you
most of the
usually
scientists
do.
that came to you privately, did they come to you privately and say, no way, this came from the lab? Or was their initial impression, Dr. Gary and others that were involved, was their initial impression actually that it looked very suspicious for a virus that came from a lab?
Senator, we are here at a committee to look at a virus now.
That's
that has
called
killed
bait and
almost
switch.
900,000
He switched
people.
the
And
topic.
the purpose of the committee was to try and
He
get
didn't
things out
answer the
how we
question.
can help to get the American public. And you keep coming back to personal attacks on me that have absolutely no relevance to
Do
reality.
you think anybody has had more influence over
let
our
me
response to
finish.
this than you have? Do you think
Madam
it's a great
Chair, can I-
success? Do you think it's a great success what's happened so
Right.
far? Do you think
You-
the
you
lockdowns
have said-
were good for our kids? Do you think we slowed down the death rate? More people have died now under President Biden than did under President Trump. You are the one responsible. You are the architect. You are the lead architect for the response from the government. And now 800,000 people have died.
Right.
Do you think it's a winning success what you've advocated for government?
Senator, first of all, if you look at everything that I said, you accuse me of in a monolithic way telling people what they need to do. Everything that I've said has been in support of the CDC guidelines. Wear a mask, get boosted.
And you've advocated
vaccinated.
to make it coercive
Take
and
a
done
look
through
at
force, and
everything
you've
that I've
advocated that it
said.
be done by mandate.
But
You've advocated that your infallible opinion be dictated by law.
Right.
Come on, man, tell 'em.
Madam Chair, I would like just a couple of minutes because this happens all the time. You personally attack me, and with absolutely not a shred of evidence of anything you say. So I would like to make something clear to the committee. He's doing this for political reasons. What you need to do is, he said in front of this committee.
Do you think your takedown of
I
three
was-
prominent
I was-
epidemiologists was not
You
political?
don't want me
That
to
was my
finish because
question.
you know what I'm going to say.
That was the question.
Senator,
Were you
we
political
will-
in taking
at this-
down
at
these
this
three
point-
prominent
Senator
epidemiologists?
Paul,
Right.
if you would
He
please,
never
I'm
answered the
gonna allow
question.
Dr. Fauci to respond.
Fauci
We have a
never
number of
answered the
senators who would like to
question.
ask questions, and I would like him to be able to respond. Please do so.
So the last time we had a committee, or the time before, he was accusing me of being responsible for the death.
Oh, come on. Let's see exactly what he said.
Did you
do
talk
that.
to any of the scientists privately
Yes.
who wrote the opinion? You did.
Well-
What were they telling you privately?
Well, let me explain. You know, you're going back to that original discussion when I brought together.
Now, see,
a group
every
of
time he
people
goes off
to
on
look at
something
every
else
possibility with an
beside
open mind. So you, not only are you
answering
distorting it,
the
you're
question.
completely turning it around, as
Were
you
most of the
usually
scientists
do.
that came to you privately, did they come to you privately and say, no way, this came from the lab? Or was their initial impression, Dr. Gary and others that were involved, was their initial impression actually that it looked very suspicious for a virus that came from a lab?
Senator, we are here.
There
at
he
a
goes.
committee
He doesn't
to
answer
look
the
at
question
a
again.
virus now that has killed almost
I
900,000
mean, this guy's
people.
skillful.
And the purpose of the committee was to try and get things out
At-
so we can help to get the American public.
Controlled opposition. All these talking points that he keeps going back to. This is an example of controlled opposition. Just exactly what he's doing. Right or wrong, when you're looking at this in debate, he's pulled fallacies out of his hat. He's accused Rand Paul of emotionalism when really he's the one that's emotional. Yeah, so he's turning it around on him, right? But not one time has Fauci answered the question. Did you write an email to take down 3 epidemiologists? One from Harvard, one from Stanford, and one from Oxford.
And you keep coming back to personal attacks on me that have absolutely no relevance to reality.
Do you think anybody has had more influence over
let
our
me
response to
finish.
this than you have? Do you
Madam
think it's a great
Chair, can I-
success? Do you think it's a great success what's happened so far?
Wow. Okay, you guys. That's it. That's all. I'm not going to go any further. You decide for yourselves. Sorry about the fact that I don't know how to edit yet. So you're getting this funny blurb and weird lighting. But I'll learn eventually, all right? Promise. It's the CaliGriot. It's early in the morning. I still haven't gone to bed because I have this thing that keeps me up in the nighttime and I sleep in the day. Well, if I get sleep. We'll see. All right. Come back and visit me. Check the playlist. I keep them updated.